Tom from Drunk Under the Sun.
Another Funky Funk Drunk episode coming to you courtesy of Drunk Under the Sun. And then your life squirt could have been ahead of you. Tom and Joe from Drunk Under the Sun.
Join us every week on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify.
Yeah. Podcast that's about anything and everything under the sun.
Check it out.
Joe's drunk.
Yeah, we both are fucking drunk.
Stop it. Hey, what up, y'all? This is Drunk Under the Sun with Joe and Tom. And guess what? Another drunk, funky funk time. It's that Drunk Under the Sun shit coming at you, flying at you, faster than the speed of... It's faster than the Kessel Run.
Kessel Run?
And the Kessel Run.
Oh, my God.
So guess what we're talking about tonight? Dun, 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 dun. Star Wars. Oh, yeah.
Well,
so,
Mandalorian.
It's Star Wars. So, we decided to talk about Mandalorian because the second season just is done. Is done.
Amazing.
Fucking amazing. But I say, since we haven't really talked about Mandalorian, except for a very glimmer, let's talk about one season and two.
I say we do it.
I'm down. Do this. So, starting off with the first season, the first episode was beyond cool as fuck. The first scene of the first episode was cool as fuck.
I think it's all tied into that first preview that we saw.
It is.
It was just amazing.
Oh, it was amazing.
When he pulls that guy through the door
dope.
And shit.
Yeah, and that was the first sequence.
And you're like, this is Disney? What the fuck?
Dude, and he was fucking shit up. He's like, hey, I don't give a fuck. He was like Clint Eastwood in that bitch.
I know. It was amazing. I was hyped that I thought it was going to be Boba Fett at first.
Well, I mean,
when it was coming out, and then they switched it up to Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But
it was still dope.
It was still great.
And it was really fucking sweet because it seemed like that's what they wanted to do. Like, it seemed like he was supposed to be Boba Fett, almost, in a way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, Boba Fett in Empire Strikes Back, the first time we ever see Boba, he moves real callously, real slow, real particular. And the Mando kind of does the same thing.
But Favreau
in a way, like,
pitched Disney a Boba Fett, and they turned it down
turned it down.
And I think that's why he did it like that.
And I think that's exactly why he did it like that.
Then they're like, "Oh fuck, you're doing this? Okay."
Well, what he did was he delivered. He delivered the first season.
Yeah.
And the first season was like, holy shit! Every fucking episode was like, holy shit! Because at the holy shit biggest moment that anybody. Because the thing was with Mandalorian, every Friday I go to work at 8 o'clock. I'll be there at 8 o'clock. So I get up at 5:30. Well, on Mandalorian Day, I get up at 5. I get up at 5, brew my coffee, start watching Mando.
Oh, shit.
Right? So I got to watch that before I go to work. Before most people probably stay up till midnight or whatever. Yeah. Whatever. I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch Facebook and all that shit until I wake up the next day. So, I don't have to worry about that because I'm like, I'm not paying attention to anything on the media. Straight Disney, straight Mando, and I fucking watch that shit. So, the first episode was like, you're watching like, this is the dopest shit ever because they got the creatures that he's riding on, all the animatronics. And then at the IG-88, and he's fucking like, it's not IG-88, it's IG, what was it, 11?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
But it should have been IG-88.
It should have been.
That's the model behind it. Without a doubt. Yeah. So.
And that's why it was there. That's why they put that robot in there.
That's exactly why. Exactly why. And then the whole time during this first episode, there's so many different, like, you were on Tatooine to begin with. You're in Mos Eisley
It's so Star Wars.
It's all Star Wars. And you're like, holy shit, this is amazing.
I've seen this.
And then at the end, it reveals his target. Yeah. Which was the child.
The child. Famously known as Baby Yoda.
I know, but I hated that. Because
I like Baby Yoda.
I hated the name Baby Yoda because I knew it wasn't Yoda, right? So when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's exactly what I did. I was like, holy shit! And I was like, it's another Yoda. I didn't say it's Yoda or a baby. I said, it's another Yoda. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, it's a different one! I was like, oh my god!
I mean, I knew it wasn't Yoda. But I called it Baby.
Well, that's what everybody called it. But it pissed me off because when you call something baby, whatever.
It's that.
It's that.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, Yoda's dead. Especially knowing that this was based after Return of the Jedi. Yeah. I'm like, he died in Return Jedi. Yeah. This is not fucking Yoda, people. Stop cutting on that. So, since they revealed his name in season 2, which we'll get to, I have been fucking ecstatic. Needless
it was hard. It was hard to go that whole time without knowing.
It was weird.
It was really weird.
It was really weird because you had no. So I always called it the child.
Yeah.
I was like, the child that he's got.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody else is like, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda. I'm like, it's not Yoda.
So who do we meet in that? We meet that Darth Moff or what? Who is
Moff
he?
Gideon.
Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon was. I think they I don't know if they showed him in episode 1. I haven't watched because I
haven't watched season 1.
I haven't watched season 1 because
since it came out.
Well, I have a couple times.
Okay.
Like I started binge watching it again not till after the end of season 2.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I gotta watch this shit again. and I was watching I was picking and choosing.
Yeah.
But I can't. I
Well,
don't
remember when he shows up.
I don't remember. I think he is in the first
He is
episode
in the first,
though.
Oh, okay.
I think he might be, but if he's not, he's in at least by the third. I feel.
What's up with his Darth Vader type outfit? What's that about?
I think it's tight.
But like he's so Darth Vader like.
I mean, he looks, but like I know, but at the same time, he's still got the Imperial regalia. It's just got a fucking cape.
So what?
He's black.
So what we're seeing?
Black suit, that is.
And what we're seeing is the start of the New Order. Is that what that's going to be?
I think so.
Because it's in between.
It's in between.
Yeah.
So I think this is the beginning of the First Order.
Yeah. Or whatever.
The First Order.
Yeah.
I think so too. I kind of wish it wasn't because I don't like the First Order. I think the First Order was stupid. Like it just kills me. It's like, why call it the First Order? I never understood that. Why do you call it the First Order? Was when Order 66 happened, right? That was the first time the Order kicked in. I don't think it was the First Order after the Empire's gone. You know what I mean? Like, how can you call it the First Order? Like, the Empire's gone.
Yeah.
Right? Empire's gone. Hey, guys, we're going to start a new empire. What are we going to call it? The First Order. Wait a minute. We're just like them. They were before us.
It's Xbox 360, Xbox One. That's what they did.
It's stupid. I don't like it. I just found it fucking stupid because I was like, why they call it the First Order?
But
I would have been happy if they called it Remnants of the Empire.
Okay.
Like, why wouldn't you call it Remnants of the Empire?
That is cooler. But that's what we're seeing.
But that's what they were.
That's what they are now.
But I'm saying that's what they were though.
Yeah,
were remnants. So apparently the remnants become the First Order.
Yeah.
You're like, let's honor Palpatine. How are we gonna do that? His shit wasn't the first. We're the first. The fuck?
You're right, but I guess we're seeing the building there. So there's a lot of characters going on. Really
there's a lot of characters.
Like Carl Weathers guy, you meet him.
You meet him in the first episode.
He's just like a bounty guy, right?
Yeah, he's lead of the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Okay.
Head of the guild. So he's the guy that we see giving Mando all these things. His contracts. And Mando is taking all the contracts and doing all the...
And pissing all the other...
Pissing everyone off.
Yeah.
And he's just like, but I do have one, Mando. He's like, no, you may be. This is my best Carl Weathers. Because Carl Weathers is like... And like, I love Carl Weathers. Yeah. Because I love him from Predator and Rockies and all that shit, right? But this one, he's just like, Mando! I don't think you know, Mando.
He's got it.
And that's what it is. It's like, Mando! You better give me the child.
And then he lets him have the child.
But it's so dope because, like, the whole time, like, Carl Weathers is, through the whole season, Carl Weathers is trying to get him.
Yeah.
Because he fucked him over from killing the remnants of the Empire and taking the child back.
Yeah.
So now he's on the run from the Empire and bounty hunters,
because
which was dope as fuck.
Him.
Yeah, like when you first see Gina Carano's episode, which was the one where they were battling those like pirate fucking dog guys in that village. They were terrorizing the village.
Yeah,
and you had that big ATST, all-terrain scout trooper.
Yeah, something. I don't know those numbers.
Scout is all. ATST is the chicken walkers. So the ATST is all-terrain scout. Transport.
Okay.
The AT-AT, which is AT-AT, which is what everybody calls it, which is ones from Empire Strikes Back on Hoth, the big four walkers. Those are all-terrain. All troop transport. Well, I used to know. I knew this. I can tell you what a TIE fighter is. Twin ion engines.
That's it.
Fighter.
Yeah.
AT-ATs, all-terrain assault transport. That's what it is, all-terrain assault transport. Anyways, there's one episode in Mandalorian. That's where Gina Carano comes in. I'm sure you've seen it by now. If you haven't, fuck you waiting on. Like, anybody who hasn't watched The Mandalorian by now, I don't know what the best car is going on. Because that shit is off the chain. Especially if you claim you like Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. You gotta watch it. If you
Every Star Wars fans watch it. I've watched it numerous times. And I fucking love it. Like, I'm sitting here rattling off the fucking episodes.
Yeah. So, you have all that. We have a bunch of bounty hunters show up.
Bounty hunters.
We have the Empire coming
out. Well, that episode when he went back to the guild.
Okay,
when he stole the
like
kid.
The very last one?
Well, no, when he stole the kid.
Yeah.
And then the fucking Mandalorians show up and start blasting everybody.
Yes.
They had that big-ass war right in the middle of Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
That shit was dope as fuck. Yeah. All the Mandalorians just come out of nowhere like, pow, 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 like fucking just shooting shit. They're like, what? They're taking on all these bounty hunters right in the middle of Mos Eisley. Fucking dope.
It was a great scene. They had a lot of shootouts like that in that one, though, because they have Empire. Well, that was the same one. They had the Empire, and then those guys showed up.
Yeah.
And then Mando takes on some shit by himself, too, doesn't he, in Season 1?
A lot of shit by himself.
Well, they're towards the end, for sure, with those bounty hunters in that ship. But...
Bounty hunters in shit?
Yeah, when he gets at the very end, he leaves all those bounty hunters trapped, or those prisoners trapped.
Oh, they are prisoners.
Prisoners.
They're mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
They're because he was a mercenary with them. And looting and raiding and doing pirate shit. Yeah, because they had Bill Burr and the Twi'leks. They had 2 Twi'leks in it.
Yeah.
They were piece of shits. They had Clancy. They had Clancy Brown, who was the big fucking demon-looking thing. But what are they called?
What are they called?
I can't remember.
He looks like a devil.
He looks like the devil. Yeah. But it's sort of something like that.
You see one in episode New Hope.
New Hope.
Yeah, you see
in the cantina.
Yeah.
Deveranos, I believe. Deveranos, I believe. But that was dope as fuck. That episode was fucking dope.
That was a really good one. I was one of the ones that was disappointed that he didn't kill him.
Well, see, I thought he did kill him.
I thought he did too, and I was like, it's awesome.
Until you saw the end, and they're all trapped. I'm like,
and I was
okay,
like, fucking Disney.
But at the same time, I was like, I like these characters. Maybe they'll bring them back.
And they did. Well,
they brought Bill Burr back.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
We might see the other ones.
Yeah.
So that episode was probably one of my favorite in season 1. Same with the one where Stormtroopers. That's when IG-11. I was going to say IG-88. Yeah. But IG-11 comes in and takes the baby because the Stormtroopers, the Scout Troopers on the bikes have the baby. And they're punching it. Punching it. I'm like, what the fuck? I was blown away because they were punching a baby. In essence, right? Okay, he's 50 years old, but in that species, he's a baby.
Yeah. He's like,
shut up. Pow, pow.
Man, who was that? Because I read about that scene.
I did too. One of them was Sudeikis? Andy Sudeikis, maybe?
Yeah, you're right. I think he's the one punching.
I think he punched him. And there was another
improv at the same time.
I think it was. And there was another comedian too, or somebody with 2 famous people.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Stormtrooper outfits.
They were Scout Troopers. Scout Troopers. Because Scout Troopers are the ones. Okay. So in Return of the Jedi and all the forest in the forest, the guys riding speeder bikes, those are Scout Troopers. And that's what these were.
Yeah, they were
in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Fucking dope.
And they were punching a baby. It's just great.
Punching a baby. It was so fucking funny though. But they got theirs because then fucking that's the same episode where Queel, the Ugnaught,
that little guy?
Yeah, that's Ugnaught.
Okay. The guy that rides around on a lizard.
Yeah.
Layman's term.
Yeah, because see those lizards, if you watched dude, this is why I love The Mandalorian.
Because all that shit's in the original stuff.
It's in a lot of the original stuff. Now, those things that they're riding on, those were in the Ewok movies. With the little girl and that shit. You remember the Ewok movies?
Yeah.
They had those. The bad guys had those. They were riding, not the Ewoks, but the bad guys would ride those. That's why the first time I seen it, I was like, oh my god! Like, that, like, Mandalorian has played so much fan service, especially someone like me. Like, I know a lot, like, Return of the Jedi, I don't give a fuck. It's my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
A lot of people shit on it. I don't give a fuck. In my top order is Return of the Jedi, and then after that, it's tied with Revenge of the Sith and Empire. Because those are dope as fuck. Both those I can't decipher. And then New Hope.
I mean, they're the same.
Then New Hope, and then fucking, you know, then I started getting into, like, I started bringing the new ones into it. Because, like, Rogue One is one of my favorites.
It is. It's a great one.
It's fucking phenomenal. But, yeah, so, though I used to watch those Ewok movies when I was a kid. Because I'd go to the video stores and get them.
I love them.
Oh, they were dope. And Return of the Jedi was my favorite Star Wars. So I'm like, yeah, I see Ewoks in the Forest. Ah!
Yeah.
But I was always like, where's Luke Skywalker? Where's Darth Vader? But I forget that Darth Vader died.
Yeah, who cares? Be like Beauty and the Beast, have the sequels.
But I loved it. Because Luke was one of my favorites. Like, growing up, Luke and Vader were my Jedi and my Sith. Like, they were my favorite Jedi and Sith. That's why when, like, people grow up on the prequels, they like Darth Maul or they like Obi-Wan more.
Yeah.
Like, Obi-Wan was cool and shit, but he was no Luke Skywalker.
No.
Right? Growing up.
Yeah.
Because he died in the first movie.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan died in the first fucking movie.
Yeah, he's gone.
So, but nonetheless, Mandalorian was giving us all this shit that we haven't seen, like the Ugnaught and Kuiil. So, Kuiil, that's what he called him, so Kuiil, fucking, the name killed me.
Well, who is this guy?
That's Nick Nolte's voice. But it's the Ugnaught, the one that that raised IG-11 back there. Then he helped the Mando with the Jawas, those dirty little fucks. And they had Jawas that one episode when he went to go get the fucking Sandcrawler. And he was talking to them, and when he went to the Sandcrawler and he was starting to invade the Sandcrawler, I was like, oh shit. He's about to fucking slaughter these Jawas. What did you think? You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But that was in season 2, wasn't it?
Season 1.
Oh, season 1.
That was season 1.
Okay.
I believe.
Are you talking about the thing that was underneath the ground and he helped the guy with the Boba Fett armor?
No.
Okay.
The Sandcrawler is what
in the
Jawas have that drives around. So that big thing.
Okay,
the Jawas, it's basically a fortress. The Jawas, when they scavenge.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about.
They scavenged They took his ship. Yeah. This is definitely on the first season. It is. Because it's when they took his ship, his parts from his ship, and he wanted it back, and they wouldn't give it to him. So he tried to invade their ship, and they were fucking him up, and they couldn't get him. So then Kuiil, the Ugnaught, made the... he was the... what do you call that? The intermediate, the mediator, to get them, and that's when he had to go kill that big giant rhinoceros thing, and he gave him, and when he gave him the heart, that's when they gave him all his shit back.
Yeah,
but they needed that.
Yes,
remember?
Yeah, I remember that now. I forgot all about that big.
It was the egg. The egg is what they wanted.
The egg, yes.
And he had to kill it because
then bring it back, and then they ate it afterwards.
Right. And that was the episode when he got there. It was charging him and fucking him up. Yeah. And then Grogu. Yeah. We didn't know him as Grogu at the time, though. Grogu stopped it with the Force.
Yep.
And then that's when he stabbed him. And then he went back to the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
And said that his target was the one that helped him.
Yeah.
And he couldn't fucking take the insignia and all that.
Yeah.
They gave it to him anyways and all that shit.
Because that was a really cool element that we missed in the second one. Is when he'd go to the Mandalorians and get his armor and shit like that. Yeah. And that was really cool.
It was really cool.
But by the end of the season, they get all run out, don't they?
Yeah.
Murdered or something?
Well, it's because the episode where they save him from the guild, that's when they expose themselves.
Okay.
Because they were in hiding.
Yeah.
And then they exposed themselves when they saved Mando and the child from the guild. And then from that point, they were gone, but he returned, and that's when the chick was there.
Yeah, but she gets killed or something by the end.
Maybe, we don't know.
Okay.
She fucks up some stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of them come, and then it like kind of fades away, and you don't really see what happens. So
she might still be around.
I think she is, and she was not in season 2.
No, she wasn't.
I think she might be. They show any other Mandalorians besides Bo-Katan and all them. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But still in season 1.
Yeah.
So with season 1, with that point, when he used, because I think that was the first time he used the Force.
I
think it was with the Force, and I was like, "Oh my god, they're using the Force!" Like I was blown away because when I went into this show, I didn't think we'd ever see a Jedi.
Yeah.
I never thought there'd be mention of Force.
Yeah.
I thought they might say something here and
there.
That's
a good point. Yeah, I don't know.
Like here and there, I thought they'd mention something, but I didn't think they were going to dive into that.
Yeah.
And they dove into that.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I almost took it as like he almost uses them naturally, you know? Like he's doing this stuff.
Yeah, but not really because he is concentrating.
50. What I gotta remember is he's 50 years old.
Right.
So he's learned this from somebody already.
Right.
And I don't think of that because he's a baby.
Right.
You know, so I think he's just using it naturally, but he might not be.
But at the same time, we're like, he's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
And in my eyes, I'm like, someone's gotta. He's got training. Like what the fuck? Because he's doing it. And then the more that the show progresses, by the time you get to the end of the season, that's when he does the healing on Mando, Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
I wish I remember his fucking name. But that was the turning point of Carl Weathers becoming no more a bad guy, but a good guy.
Yes.
So I was all for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then Mando rarely takes off his helmet. The whole thing.
Never took. What?
He does a couple of times.
You saw it once.
Once in season 1 when he was almost dead.
When he's almost dead.
Yeah.
In a robot saw. Yeah. IG-11.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it was, just the robot saw.
It's just a robot.
At that time.
Yeah.
Because he lives by the code.
Because the one chick started to.
So is he a legit
and he was like,
Mandalorian? Like legit?
See, I think he is, but see, the Mandalorians had different sections too. Okay. Like if you watch Star Wars, Clone Wars, and shit like that.
Because they're pulling from that now.
Yeah, they are. But Clone Wars pulled from shit that we grew up like Admiral Thrawn and all that was in Rebels and anyways. So it's all getting mixed together, and I love it. Like the cartoons, the books that we watched, the movies, everything's getting together.
Yeah.
And this is the beginning of that, pretty much.
Yeah.
Was Mandalorian. And it was fucking like, oh my god! It was like, oh my god! Because, what was I going to say?
We were talking about Carl Weathers.
Oh, yeah.
Jedi powers.
Jedi powers. But, yeah, Mandalorians.
If he was a real Mandalorian.
If he was a real Mandalorian. Yeah, that's right. Because the Mandalorians, if you watch Clone Wars, there was shit going on where there was different factions of Mandalorians.
Okay.
Like you had the fucking Death Watch and all that, which were really crazy and like fucking really hardcore shit. So I think this is just another faction of a Mandalorian.
Because he does.
Because Mandalore itself is a planet.
Yes.
And there might be different fucking ones going on.
Different cultures, just like
us. Yeah. Right.
So, like, I mean, he could be because he lives awfully strict with not taking his helmet.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
So it could be like a cult on Mandalore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because what's crazy about Mandalorians is a thing like they say that he's a foundling and all that. They're not a race of people.
It's it's like adoption into like a
it's like a culture. It's like it's a different cult. It's not a race. It's a culture.
It's like what we think Blue Jacket was.
Right. but what I'm saying is, let's pretend like you were adopted into the Mandalorians. You become a Mandalorian. Yeah. Now you have sex with another Mandalorian. You create a Mandalorian.
Exactly.
That way, right?
All right.
Now you're out and about and you impress the Mandalorians and then they fucking take you in. You become a Mandalorian that way.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, there's many different ways of becoming a Mandalorian.
Okay. Yeah.
So it isn't just because like you were born on this certain region. You're this thing.
Yeah.
Totally not the way with Mandalore.
You can get. It's
you
just
can
like
get
any religion, though.
It's like
you can get into religion.
You can get it. Yes. Yeah.
So it's almost like a religion. Mandalorian, kind of.
Yes.
In a way.
Yeah. In a way.
Because you can either be born into it or go into it.
Go into it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. So we get a glimpse of that in season 1, though.
Yeah.
With them not taking the helmet off, and they show the flashbacks of him during the Clone Wars when he's a kid, and he show the fucking the robot opens the thing. It was like the big motherfuckers. From all the prequels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I do.
God, what the fuck are they called? The big motherfuckers, man. They're round and shit like. And then the Mandalorians save his ass, and then they take him.
Okay, I forgot.
That's
about
how he became the Mandalorian.
Man, you have watched it more. I've only watched that season once, and I'm glad you'd seen all that because I forgot a lot about those scenes.
Yeah,
they're really good, really good. How far do you want to keep talking about season 1? Because season 2.
Season 1's dope as fuck, though.
Season 1 is dope. I don't know.
So we can fast forward.
I feel like
through
it was
season
a little
1.
bit.
And we pretty have touched a lot on season 1.
Yeah.
I've skipped here and there because I can't remember if the scene, when they fight. I know for a fact when Kuiil, the Ugnaught, I love saying it. When Kuiil, the Ugnaught dies, that's after the Mandalorians save Jin. See, I can't remember his name. Din or Jin or some shit like that. I can never remember the dude's name. I just call him Mando. Yeah. Like, fucking Mando!
Everybody calls him Mando.
Everybody knows this. But he's got a name. It's like Jin or Din.
You're right.
Fucking, it's something.
It is something.
I can't remember, guys.
I believe so.
I can't remember, guys. Yeah. But
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
My timeline's probably fucked up on a lot of this.
Yeah, it might be a little bit, but that's the season 1. That's season 1.
It's season 1. And what's so great about it is that the greatest thing about season 1 was it took you to Star Wars. It took you to a galaxy far, far away. It felt like all the old Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it fucking looked like the old Star Wars.
It really
and
did.
It told like the old Star Wars.
Yes.
So by the time you get to the end of season 1, you're like, oh my God, this was amazing. Especially because at the end is when, you know, he's got to save, I think he saves Grogu again or some shit.
I think he does from those mercenaries.
Well, no, he saves it from the Empire because the Empire, because at the end of the last season, Moff Gideon is in a TIE fighter and is like, and try to shoot him, and fucking Din, whatever the fuck his name is, uses his fucking ship, which, by the way, his ship is one of the most dopest ships in Star Wars.
You like that one?
I fucking love it. The way it looks, and every time it gets fucked up, he's got to fix it, and every time someone fixes it, they don't really fix it. You know what I mean?
It's like the Millennium
Falcon. It is! It's just like the Millennium Falcon, and that's why I love it. So at the end of fucking season 1, and Moff Gideon wrecks his TIE fighter, and that's when he cuts through it with the Darksaber. Yeah. And you see the Darksaber like, oh shit!
You think it's
what's
lightsaber?
Happening?
Yeah.
No, Darksaber is a lightsaber.
It is.
Yeah, because the Darksaber. Okay, so the Darksaber was the possession of a Mandalorian who was a Jedi.
Oh shit!
And left the Jedi Order and became the leader of the Mandalorians.
Huh, okay.
So in order to be the leader of the Mandalorians, you have to take that Darksaber. Take it from whoever possesses it, and you are now the leader of all factions.
Oh shit.
All of them, like all Mandalorians.
King Mandalorian.
You're the king. Exactly, you're the King Mandalorian. That's why it's so important, right? Now,
so he must have killed this person or somehow got it.
Well, see, the last time before we saw it in the Mandalorian, the last time we saw
it before.
We have. It was in Clone Wars.
Ah.
And you who owned it at the end of the Clone Wars? Who took it from the leader of Mandalore? Because the leader of Mandalore took it. He took it in a fight.
Darth Vader.
And he became. You're so close. The guy took it and he became the leader, right? And it was basically through a coup. He did it through a coup, and then he fucking. But then once he possessed the Darksaber, he's the champ, right? Yeah. He's the champ. You gotta obey him. Well, there was one motherfucker who's like, he's not the champ. Darth Maul.
Oh, Darth Maul!
Darth Maul possessed it. That was the last time we saw the Darksaber in someone's possession. Was Darth Maul. Now we don't see it until the Mandalorian. Fuck!
Man, I didn't realize that because he wound up getting like spider legs and then real legs and shit.
Yeah, and then he took over Mandalore.
Wow.
He took over, and then he had
so
a
he
faction.
was the Mandalorian king?
He was a king. Darth Maul. But there was factions against him, like trying to rise up against him. And they can do that because if they beat him, then they take it and they, you know what I mean?
Just like kings. Regular
just like kings, yeah. But he had people that were with him too. Yeah. So fucking that's the last time we saw the Darksaber.
I haven't watched Clone Wars. I hear it's really good.
So fucking good, dude.
I had not seen it.
So good.
I know it brings a lot of stuff from the movies and fixes a lot of shit in the movies and
does a lot of shit.
Ties into
but
it really well.
The Rebel series is pretty good too.
I haven't seen either.
That's pretty good too.
Haven't seen either of those. So now
we see the Darksaber at the end of Mandalorian.
Yep.
Have a little happy powwow with Grogu. Yep. We don't know his name yet.
Don't know his name.
With the child and the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And then they're off. They go off and to continue their adventures because before the end of season 1, the one Mandalorian chick who melted the Beskar and did all that shit told the Mandalorian that we know he had to return the child to other Jedis because he told her about the powers that he witnessed through this Force wielder.
Because the other Jedis could help him. Precisely. Because our Mandalorian has no Jedi powers.
He's
just a guy.
He's just a guy. But
really.
He's not just a guy. He's a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Mandalorians are not just guys. They're like the Romans and the Spartans.
Yeah.
Mixed with the Huns, mixed with the fucking samurai, mixed with the baddest of the bads.
They're like...
And you got the three baddest factions in Star Wars is the Jedi, the Sith, and the Mandalorians. Those are the best three. So if anybody had to choose their fate in Star Wars, it better be one of those three. And then this series, The Mandalorian, showed you why.
Exactly. It really did. They were bad as fuck.
Bad as fuck.
Oh, Jesus. So now, Season 2 comes up.
Thanks for tuning in to Drunk on the Sun. This is Joe and Tom.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody. Like and subscribe.
Thank you all for subscribing and liking. From Drunk on the Sun, the podcast about everything and anything under the sun. So check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram. We're posting new shit every week. See ya.